For my discussion post, I decided to report on a series that I've watched numerous times called Heroes. I'm sure plenty of you have either heard of or already watched this series in the past, but it's something that I've always related to, and I've always been very intrigued by the way the series plot and character developments were written. This series was created by Tim Kring, who, upon seeing his work, I think is a creative genius. Along with Heroes and Heroes Reborn, he's developed other critically acclaimed series such as Crossing Jordan, Touch, and more recently, a series called Beyond, which showcases more of his highly suspenseful science fiction storytelling. I first encountered the show back in 2007, a year after it had premiered. I found the Season 1 DVD at the library and decided to borrow it. Before this, I had heard of the show and read great reviews of it, but had never seen it. Also, I found it more enjoyable to binge watch the full season on DVD within a few days, as opposed to watching only one episode per week. I felt a very strong connection to this show because I had always grown up loving the mythology of superheroes. Specifically, the heroes that started out as the underdogs, for example, Spider-Man or The Flash. This show tells the story of ordinary people accomplishing extraordinary feats in order to change the world. I can relate to that because I've always been somewhat of an outcast myself, but I always try to make a difference in this world to help change it for the better, even if that's only helping one person at a time. I found this series to be one of my favorite works of art because it tells several different stories as one. Each of the main characters has their own story arc, and several times throughout the show, they cross paths with other main or recurring characters to add excitement and plot twist to the storyline. Nothing ever gets too drawn out, as the stories are consistently going back and forth from one character's story arc to another, with longer story arcs compiling over each season and bringing each individual story together. The plot developments are extremely creative, and each character showcases traits that keep them crossing the line between hero and villain, showing that we are all torn between always knowing what's right or wrong. This series, along with other works of superhero mythology, has inspired me to work on my own comic/cartoon, which is a story of average young adults who come across magic smoking herbs that enable them with individual superpowers. However, my take on the superhero mythology in my cartoon adds a comedic twist, being as most of the characters are labeled as stoners or hippies, and always finding themselves in troubling situations, with a dialogue and humor tone similar to that seen in series such as Archer or Family Guy. A lot of the character elements are based on people who I've encountered or had some form of friendship or relationship with throughout my life. I feel that superhero mythology is or can be inspiring to us all. All superheroes have character flaws, which represent their human side, because nobody is perfect and we all have our flaws. However, superheroes show us that it's important not to let those flaws or imperfections define us. They show us that we can accomplish anything that we desire as long as we put all of our heart and mind into it. They also show us that our own worst enemy is ourself, because by giving in to our own doubts, we restrain ourselves from reaching our full potential, thus becoming our own personal villain. In conclusion, I hope that this statement can inspire you all to follow your dreams as it has inspired mine, and never let your personal doubts stand in your way. With the right mindset, you can accomplish anything you desire. Thank you.